Okay, it is August 22nd, 2015, and tomorrow is Pamela Janie Stegman Silverberg's 60th birthday, and this is for her. And I'm going to do excerpts from Most Dangerous Women, and we sing songs, and my character is Rosie Schwimmer, nominee for the 1948 Nobel Peace Prize. So the show opens up with an old Irish traditional song whose melody was used and the lyrics changed for Johnny, When You Come Marching Home. I'll just sing a couple of those lyrics and then move on to some of the other songs and do a couple of lines as Rosie Schwimmer to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Women's Peace Movement, which was meeting at The Hague in 1915. And they said that getting the women's suffrage vote was a lot easier than getting peace on the planet. Johnny, I hardly knew ye. Where are your legs that used to run, haru, haru? Where are your legs that used to run, haru, haru? Where are your legs that used to run when first you learned to carry a gun? Oh, I fear your dancing days are done. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, haru, haru. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, haru, haru. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, my darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. I didn't raise my son to be a soldier. I brought him up to be my pride and joy. Who dares to put a musket on his shoulder to kill some other darling mother's boy? I didn't raise my son to be a soldier. I brought him up to be my pride and joy. Who dares to put a musket on his shoulder to kill some other mother's darling boy? And Rosika says, "We have one among us who has learned that a son has been killed, and women who have learned 2 days ago that their husbands have been killed, and women who have come from belligerent countries full of unspeakable horror, of the physical horror of war. These women sit here with their anguish and their sorrows, quiet, superb, poised, and with only one thought: what can we do to save others from similar sorrow?" Then the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom formed in 1915, and it's the 100th anniversary of when they all met at the Hague Conference in the Netherlands. Teddy Roosevelt thought women had no business talking peace. They are cowards, said the Rough Rider. They're silly and they're base. War's for men, it always has been, always will be. Stand aside while we brave male warriors take the planet for a ride. They shook their heads and ladies said, there just has to be a better way. There's a way to build a world based on dignity for all. We are off to find solutions at the Great Hague Hall. We can eliminate the causes that lead the world to war. There's a way to peace and freedom. That's what we're looking for. Through the war zones, these intrepid women made their way, and they met and they envisioned a glad new day. They told the world that peace was how we all could gain. Some said they're clearly dangerous. Some said they're just insane. They shook their heads and women said, will you join us in a better way? Now these women weren't just talkers. They set off to see all the heads of state negotiate their simple plea. But the war machine is stubborn, and its nature is to grow. When the U.S. joined, lonely voices, Rankin voted no. Jeanette Rankin, Republican from Montana, the first woman to be elected to the United States Congress. She votes no to going to war. She was the only one to vote no. Then we have Rosika Schwimmer says again, those of you who know what it means to organize know that to get the first international congress together from February to April, especially in wartime when you cannot communicate, you will realize what it meant for those splendid women in Holland to get together an international meeting within that short time. People said, all right, we see they are coming, but they will come and they will fight and not accomplish anything. Last night I had the strangest dream I never had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed there was a mighty room filled with women and men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed and 1,000,000 copies made, they all joined hands and circled round, and grateful prayers were made. And the people in the streets below were dancing round and round, with swords and guns and uniforms all scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I never had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. Happy birthday, Pamela. You caught up to me. 60 tomorrow, August 23rd, 2015. Florie freshman singing happy birthday to her friend Pamela. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the preview of Most Dangerous Women, and we are continuing our struggle to attain world peace. And I know that I feel confident that it will happen. The main thing is to get rid of any digital, electric meters, and stop the spraying of aluminum in the skies, and get rid of the Wi-Fi, especially in the schools and all government buildings, and deradiate the planet so our coccolithophores have a chance to continue forming our clouds. So I want to thank you today. And my birthday's not for another 5 months, so I'll be back next year. And signing off here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed singing it for you. Thank you so much. Over and out.